Today, we're going to be following the career of the worst defensive tackle ever. To do that, we had to create the worst defensive tackle ever, introducing Naquan Coburn, possibly the worst player we have created, and are about to follow the 41 overall, 57 speed, very little talent defensive tackle. I will say the defensive tackle position itself is one that I feel pretty confident about compared to some of the others, as we have seen some of the worst defensive tackles really ever from CPU generation turn into really, really good players, especially with a really good rookie year. I don't know if that's going to happen here, but I do believe in this position to develop, especially if we go with those finesse upgrades. Feel good about that. We're going to do that for a while, and then hopefully they just do it for him for the rest of his career. But we're going to show you where all these ratings came from right now before we do any of that. We also polled players' ratings. Anyone that was 280 pounds or higher. Pretty much everyone on this list is way bigger than that, though. So 57 speed from Naquan Jones, 74 strength from DeMarvin Leal, 41 agility from Neil Farrell, 52 acceleration from Naquan Jones, 48 awareness from Josiah Bronson, 54 jumping from Robert Cooper, 65 tackling from Jacob Slade, 65 hip power from Jonathan Hankins, 57 power move from Jeremiah Ledbetter, a whopping 45 finesse move from Keandre Coburn, 60 block shed from Bada, 66 pursuit from Jared Clark, 35 play rack from PJ Mustafer, 66 impact blocking from Sykes, 63 stamina from McCall, 74 injury from Brent Urban, 73 toughness from Jordan Phillips. We're now in the draft about to find out who is the lucky team that gets that physical specimen. I can't imagine he goes higher than like 22, which ironically enough, it could be the Chargers. Don't know if this is really the team with the worst interior, but it's a team that has been looking for a good interior for a while, I feel. We're at pick 22 now, and Coburn is still there, and I just can't believe it. You see this scouting report, and you're not jumping at it instantly. I genuinely don't understand. I do love how, though, it says tackle a C to F. You see all those Fs, and you're like, I don't know, it could be a C. You never know. Genty to the Chargers. Interesting. I do kind of get like Melvin Gordon vibes there with that move. I don't know. I'm just saying. I get vibes. The vibes could be completely wrong, but I still get them. We're now in the second round, and if a team needs an ET, Coburn's kind of near the top of that list. Remember, he is an X factor, so there should still be teams that kind of see into that, but at the same time, we obviously wouldn't. I would never draft that guy in a million years. If you told me he was X factor, okay, maybe we're thinking about it, but obviously none of these teams know, or they shouldn't know. I don't believe they do. I think in a fantasy draft where it's shown, yeah, they know, but also I can't believe the safeties. Starks at 45 is ridiculous. Still there, though, Coburn. I mean, he's going to go by 3, right? Round 3 minimum. But then again, DT is one of those positions that I have seen fall very far. So you never know. It actually might be, we might not actually see him go. He might not get drafted at all. And well, I think we have no choice. We're going to have to draft him. We have the final pick of the entire draft. Coburn's still there. I mean, it's just either take him or he'll not have a career to follow. He literally turned into Iron Man. What do you want from me? 450 true value. We took him at 224. What does it even mean if there's not even like... So he is twice as bad as somebody not even drafted. That's kind of crazy. But once again, hidden dev, so raw. But hey, it's okay. We'll be fine. Let's take a look at what the Chargers did in the draft anyways. Watch, they took DT. Sort of, kind of, not really. Genty, Stewart, and then of course the best player of the entire draft, Naquan Coburn, 6'2", 300 pounds, 21 years old. A talent. All right, so we have completely changed the Chargers scheme. They now have a 4-3. They didn't really have the team to be playing a 3-4 anyways when you look at their defense or their D-line. I mean, it's just a bunch of dudes that are all literally edge rushers. So they didn't really fill up the team they needed to. It's crazy looking at that 41 overall, though. But 1,500 XP needed. Going to be going crazy in the XP in general. I expect him to be at least a 65 overall by the end of the year. Let's see if we can actually get that. 6-11 season, nowhere near that 65 overall we were hoping for, which probably means that Coburn didn't have a good year, right? That's what I imagine. So, hey, a sack. Some of our other ones, we've seen 0 stats for multiple years, so a sack, a tackle for a loss, 38 tackles in general. I mean, you compare that to Ford, who is significantly better. He only had 2.5 sacks more, a couple more tackles for a loss, a couple more regular tackles. So, I mean, say what you will, but it could be worse, right? And not much worse, but it could be. Not really much to look at. Obviously, no award wins, no rookie of the year, none of that stuff. But just a season under wraps. Got our XP sliders on 150. Got about 8 or 9 overalls. It's good. It's not great. Pick 7 overall, they go with an edge rusher, which I don't know if they really necessarily needed. Cornerback looks good. Safety, not so much. DT, don't you dare. Season 2, the team looks pretty good, especially Genty, who's almost a 90 overall. But then we move over to Coburn, who, I mean, he's about a 50 overall. Got some training camp stuff in there. We're trying to get that speed rusher as his main fit because it's just so good for both styles. 2 to finesse, 2 to block shed. After that season, 72 block shed, 70 finesse, 60 power move. He's getting there. It's taking a while, but he's getting there. I think it's the best route. Keep going finesse. Speed rusher anyways. You usually get a little bit of both. There he goes. Coburn, 83 finesse. We're nearing the end of the season. His overall is still low, but his finesse is already high. Hey, playoffs at 9 and 8. We're continuing to develop our little defensive tackle, Coburn. I call him little as if he's not like a goon. He's like able to kill us all. Really not. His strength is pretty low. No. How do you regress from that? How are you worse than last year, dude? 2 deflection. He's a DT. I guess he's getting up there and swatting that ball, but he's in the 60s now. Definitely could be better, but 86 finesse moves really good. Got to keep it going. Playoffs, though, you just don't know. All right? You could absolutely have a season here. I don't know if he's really helping them do it very much, but you never know. Going against Ravens, they lose the first game. Forget anything I've said. It is his first playoff game of maybe none, right? Like, it could be like that. Could be like the only time. We've seen some pretty unlucky things, especially in that Mahomes career simulation. Maybe check it out. Also suggest something you'd like to see, whether it's this series, a different series altogether, a different player, resim, comparison, whatever. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe leave a like on the video if you end up enjoying it. Subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff, rebuilds, regular franchise, following the career, all that kind of stuff, experiments. But, yeah, I didn't expect him to do much, and he didn't, because the whole team didn't. They go DT, they go tackle, they go outside linebacker. Damn, whole team's got superstars across the board. Even Disley's a damn superstar. Let's take a look at the defense. Coburn, the 61 overall now. Of course, 86 finesse, 71 power move. It's getting there. Once you get to that really high finesse move, you could probably just start slapping on pure power move upgrades. But also a little surprised that it wasn't higher than this, unless they made some changes recently, because it used to be so much better than that. But it's still good. He's still gaining power moves. He's still going up in finesse, obviously. As long as one of the moves, especially block shed following along with it, is good, that's all that matters. See, these kind of upgrades are why we do it. 3 power move. Not an 8, but this time not good enough for the playoffs. Genty, the 3rd best running back. Coburn is really good. His overall starting to get there too, so I expect some numbers soon. Best season yet, technically, right? The tackles for a loss with regular tackles are kind of good. Sacks are just gone, though. But yeah, I mean, he's a good player now. He's actually really good, but he's a low overall, which is hurting his numbers, it seems. 72 overall. 96 finesse, 90 block shed, even 79 power move, speed and all that, not going to get up there ever. Strength, I'm a little surprised that because that's something you can change, right? I'm not saying that you can change it drastically when you're like an NFL player, right? Because these guys are strong, right? So if they can't, I mean, I don't know. How does that work, actually? Like, because it's not quite the same as, how does anything work? Like, why is, like, Xavier Worthy really, really fast and, like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire not quite? Why do humans exist? I don't know, dude. I'm going off on a tangent. But you know what I mean? Like, speed should be, I guess it's just probably your joints and how your skeletal structure is built, right? But, like, a lot of that, for strength, you would think that you could upgrade your strength, right? You just hit the gym. You could, if you're 74 strength, you hit the gym for like a year or so, you should easily be like 85 strength. So I'm not sure, but we just had ourselves one hell of a tangent, let me tell you. It was fun. DT, stop, please. Tight end, left guard, quarterback. I mean, it's a round 4, so whatever. Once you get into round 4, it's kind of like, yeah, just take whoever you think is good, even if it's not a positional need. They need a wide receiver too, but the team's not looking too bad, actually. The new tight end could be good too. Coburn, 73 overall. He is needing a contract. We'll see if they keep him around. Really hasn't done anything to deserve that. 9-8 and missing the playoffs again. Genty has become the best running back in the league, apparently, though, which is pretty cool. Let's take a look at those defensive numbers. Come on, Coburn. Okay, a little life. 3.5 sacks, 12 tackles for a loss. I've got it on auto now, just letting them upgrade whatever they want to upgrade. Run stopper seems to be the move now. I mean, he's damn near maxed. You know, he's getting up there. Team finally going for the offensive side of the ball. They go wide receiver. We talked about them needing it for a while. 6'2", 90 speed. So, I mean, he's a pretty prototypical looking wide receiver to me. Really good catching, solid route running, release, all that stuff. Right end for the second round pick, not so good. Middle linebacker in the third, not bad. Running back in the fourth, there's decent spot to be picking up running backs. But they did keep Coburn, so they re-signed him to some sort of deal. I don't know how much or how long, but he is still on the team going forward, which, hey, I like when we're on these, good quarterback teams, but still, it's not enough to win anything yet. Team really hasn't changed too much on offense. I mean, I think you just put the rookie in there, number 2, right? Genty, X Factor, 99 overall. Defense, they're going to need some safeties. Corners are fine, I think. D-line's all right. Bosa's still here as an 86 overall, by the way. It's a little surprising. He's 34 now, but still going strong. Haven't really seen any great seasons from these guys, but he's still here. They're going to need edge soon, but not yet. I thought they missed the playoffs, but no, 14-3. They're actually on top of the NFL world. Herbert, number 2, finally see him in the top 3, and then Genty back in his top spot role. He's been great ever since they drafted him, and his team is killing it. Tough division, obviously, but they handle business this time. Chiefs also missing the playoffs entirely. Let's take a look at Coburn. Is this his best season yet? Kind of curious to see. Genty, 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. Unbelievable. Coburn, no. Where is he? 3.5 sacks. We're not really seeing much, but are the other DTs doing much? Yankee at 4.5. It's better than Coburn, but it's still not, good by any means. But, of course, Tui Pulotu, every time I try to develop him, never works out for us. And I think we even used him in a 4-3, and it still didn't work out. So it's not even like we can use the 3-4 excuse. The Chargers have the Texans. It's a 10-7 versus 14-3 matchup, where we absolutely kill them. 23-0 going against the Bills, now another decent team in the AFC. And it appears that this team is won, going against the Seahawks now in the Super Bowl. Because it's the first Super Bowl, we might as well go in and take a look, see if this team can do it. 16-1, though, man. I don't know what it is about the Seahawks. Maybe it's who they're drafting. Aiden Hutchinson's there, by the way. But they've been doing really well in Sim lately. Been seeing them get to a lot of, and honestly even win a lot of Super Bowls. Hopefully this is not one of them, though. I'll take Coburn winning a ring for more than them. I want that for us. Huge stop with a touchdown. They do score a touchdown, and the Seahawks look like they're going to be giving up a lot less points and scoring a lot more than everyone we've been seeing, and it's not looking good right now. It is a 14-point deficit. It is now a 11-point deficit, and unless a miracle happens, which, they had opportunities. They didn't do it. 24-13. Offense was the problem. Absolutely every day of the week, the offense is the reason why this team lost. Ewers killing it, I guess. But really disappointing. The defense did what it had to do. They did enough, and the offense just didn't. Simply put, did you get anything out of Coburn? Just nothing at all, man. Okay, so I guess, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that my thought process, I can't even say that's true because, again, we can't confirm. I was always thinking overall is, what makes teams win. It's not really about personal ratings or stats. Even though Coburn's playing poorly with really good ratings, I still can't prove against it, because a 90 overall, even if they play bad, might be boosting the team's overall up by 1, and them being a higher overall might be the reason why they're winning in Sim. I really wouldn't be able to tell you that's the way I think it is. I think, though, I just think it's overalls, right? I think it's just how high of an overall you are as a team, as a player, is how well you're going to do most of the time, which makes sense. But at the same time, it's like you got 99 finesse, 99 block shed, but you're dumb. Who cares? We don't care if you're dumb. You're goated or you're not very fast, whatever. Maybe he's a DT, though. It doesn't really matter too much about his speed. He should at least have really good tackles for a loss or something like that then, which I guess he did have 12, but for those ratings, you probably have something in the 20s, right? Either way, let's see if they draft like their 15th straight DT. Safeties, okay, we did talk about that was one of their biggest needs, and they go hard on the DBs. 3 straight picks. They even go for a safety a little bit later. I don't know how good they are, but yeah, I mean, I would say Benjamin's the normal, but he's fast, and then the other guy is the hidden, but he's slow. Nope, just straight up terrible pick. Slow, 23. I could never. Bunch of X factors on the team. This guy just doesn't look like an NFL player. Like, he looks like more like an actor. I don't know why. He gives me actor vibes, not NFL vibes. Like, his expression just looks like, how you doing, man? Good morning. And then defensively, of course, we have Coburn at 83 overall now. Some of the other guys regressing. Bosa's still an 84, though. He just refused to retire, refuses to go down. And, of course, Coburn basically maxed. Again, 8 and 9. I don't know how you go from 14 wins in the Super Bowl to 8 and 9, but yeah, let's do it. Let's take a look now at Mr. Coburn. Can we get a double-digit sacker season? We get a better season. It's not quite that. But it is a 6.5 with 14 tackles for a loss. It's pretty good. 86 overall now, and he's only 26, so, well, technically 27. Basically 99 in all the, like, kind of main important ratings. Awareness, play reckoning a little close to that as well. Just never going to get strength and whatnot up, so I'm not even sure what his actual max is. Like, what upgrades are you going to get with those lacking of ratings? Do you even upgrade at all at that point? Like, what do you actually upgrade? Like, you see pursuit, power. I'm like, I'm not seeing any of the ratings that he's missing, so what are the upgrades just going to be all garbage? I don't even know. Damn, look at this draft class. They don't need a running back unless they let go of Genty, so I'm not really sure about that one, but everything else, I mean, there's a really good draft class at 12. Herbert regressing pretty hard. He's an 88 overall now. The receivers, the running back, all of them, they look great. The tackles are intact. I'm a little surprised this team's actually kind of kept this team together as much as they have, right? They're the only downside of this team is they're regressing, not that they're losing players. But Coburn, 86 overall now, 27 years old, so he's got about double left before he retires. 6.5 sacks. I mean, he's on his way potentially. 12-5 back in the playoffs. We love to see a Genty has been, I mean, hell, this might be the following the career Genty freaking video at this rate. We could do those as well if you guys wanted to see them. Not sure, maybe Sanders #1. I know there's other videos like that out there, but Coburn, 8.5 sacks, 14 tackles for a loss. I'd love to see that. Is he getting any deflections in there? Coburn's 0. He's, instead of jumping up, he's putting his foot and his hand in the ground, and he's going after it. Let's take a look at the D-line. I mean, I wish they kind of had, like, actual DT numbers, but maybe. No, he's close, though. If Tui's at 7, I'd say he was around 13, right? Around that. But let's take a look, see if they can get back to the Super Bowl. They did it once. Can they do it again? They obviously didn't win it, but came close, sort of. Team doesn't really have much left if, Herbert keeps regressing like that. Ravens after that first win against the Texans, and unfortunately they lose by 1. That blows. Losing by 1 point. I mean, that's tough work. 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals, likely. Imagine if it was 1 extra point missed, though. Now I kind of need to know. I kind of need to see. Let's go to that divisional round where, once again, lost by 1. Let's see the defense. See if Coburn had himself a day. I think he had a sack. Yeah, he had a half. It's not quite, but it's there. No, just deciding to... Wait, I'm so confused. So they went for 2 at one point? That seems... Maybe they scored the last points. Yeah, 18 points in the fourth. Yeah, they scored the last points in the game and decided to go for 2 instead of going to overtime. That's unfortunate. Pick 27, and the Chargers potentially have gotten themselves another Derwin. He's even got the hit power, 81 overall. I mean, that's a guy that's going to develop and be one of the league's best right out the gate. They go another safety. They really didn't like their last class, I guess. Going pretty hard on the defense. They go 2 wide receivers and all defense. And all of them are DBs. So it's 4 DBs, a linebacker, and 2 wide receivers. They're going hard on the DBs. Herbert's on his last legs here, 86 overall. I mean, he's still good enough, but will they win with him? I don't know. Coburn, 89 overall. Does he have 99 power move yet or what? He does. So at this point, what are the upgrades? Like, he's 11 overalls away, 10 overalls away. What is he actually going to get in these upgrades? I don't see any upgrades at all, unless I'm just missing some. There's some power move. So any upgrades in the future can't be those ratings, unless he's still missing a little bit of awareness or something like that, maybe. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. He's got awareness, play rec, tackle, pursuit, hit power, all of that maxed. I want to see what this is going to do. He's got 1 extra strength. I'm really curious now. I'm going to turn off auto upgrading, and I want to see. I really don't know. I don't think we've ever done this. Oh, 4-13, nowhere near the playoffs. What is it with these, like, really good seasons following that we suck? I mean, it didn't even happen in our rebuilds. Coburn, I mean, he sucked too. The whole team sucked. They're horrible, man. Oh, my. Oh, yeah, also, I forgot to upgrade him. Maybe that's part of the reason why. Let's take a look at those upgrades, see if he actually can do anything with that. I completely forgot about that. We were doing that. Does he have any upgrades? He has 1 upgrade. I am curious to see what happens here. Of course, he has some regressions, but that's not going to count. I'm going to go Speed Rusher, because that's what we like to do. Is he going to get anything here? Wait, hold on. Oh, so when you're max on those other things, they actually give you the juice, because the game's like, well, we have to do something. He got 3 to strength, 2 to excel, 1 to agility, and 3 to injury. I mean, he's on the older side, but, I mean, he might actually get, you know, at least for the strength department, up into the 90s. Pick 1 overall, and they do not squander. They also get a quarterback in the second round, but a wide receiver, Dwayne Dudley, 80 overall. That looks generational to me. I know he's not insanely fast, but some of those ratings are damn near 90 off rip. And he's not. He's just a really good star dev. And I don't know if that quarterback is right here or not. But yeah, Herbert's still the guy. He's still the guy for now. McConkey obviously regressing hard. Coburn, 91 overall. We talked about those upgrades. I mean, he could get into the 90s for strength. Question is, when will he start regressing? Agility went up. Excel went up, I believe. So we'll see. He's 91 overall now. Hopefully that's good enough to put up a double-digit sack season. I would love to see that. 13-4, somehow not good enough for the number 1 seed, but still back in the playoffs. So up and down this team. It's crazy. Herbert, really good season. You know, we haven't changed any of the schemes since the thing started. I see in the double digits. Coburn not a part of it, unfortunately, but at the same time, no other DTs are. So Coburn at 8.5, that's good. It's good, right? It's not easy to get into that double-digit market range, but let's take a look at the D-line. See if he got on the list. He did not. Man, I don't think he's going to have a Pro Bowl or anything like that. He's going to have himself a decent career, though. I mean, for considering he was, like, the worst. He was literally Mr. Irrelevant. We basically followed the career of Mr. Irrelevant here. Not randomly, though. You know, if we want to do that, we can still do that in the future. And, oh, is it actually glitching out now? It won't actually let us upgrade? Okay. Thought that would happen sooner since he already had that when we made that last upgrade, but sure, whatever you got to say, whatever you got to do. But I'm kind of curious to see what those awards are looking like now, if he has any. He was drafted. I mean, it is a hell of an award. That is awesome, but 4.5, 5, 8, 8.5, 14.5, 15, 23, 25, 25.5. 33.5 sacks, that what we're looking at? Which, of course, is pretty bad. You look at someone like Nolan, who was drafted the same year, he has triple the sack numbers, and almost all these guys have triple. But then again, you look at Murphy, who's like a year older. You know, he's about 80, so it's, you know, not everybody's the same. Not everybody's the same, especially when you're on the Chiefs and not the Chiefs, the Chargers, and you know the game technically thinks it's a 3-4, probably still on the side, even if you change the schemes. Regardless, the best 7th rounder and in the playoffs. So you never know. He could actually win a Super Bowl, and things change a little bit if that happens, and forget about it. It's another 1-point loss. Oh, my. Pick 24, they still land some pretty good players. Herbert refuses to retire. McConkey kind of on that road with him. We're going to put McConkey the number 2 spot. Was that a missing? Yeah, they do not have a Slater anymore. Coburn still not able to use that upgrade point, unfortunately, but now 30 years old, regressing soon, might be able to get that upgrade in. Who knows? Playoffs. All right. I mean, usually it's on, off, but no, we're still in it here. Herbert, he's getting right up there. You know, Genty's definitely up there. He's regressed hard, not really playing well anymore. Coburn, 7 sacks. Not great, but at least not one of those 2 or 3 sack seasons. I would have loved to see a double digit. I really thought he was going to be a little bit better than this. I really did. He's not bad, but I thought, I believed a little bit better than that. I thought he had a couple of, I thought 11.5, 12.5 was going to be his max in a season. Seems like that 8.5, which he hit twice, I believe, is going to be that max out, which, hey, they beat the Titans. Could be a Super Bowl run. You never know. And no, we do know. They lose to the Ravens. Man, I hate the Ravens. 24 overall, and they have themselves another, triple stack draft class. We've seen a few of these that look almost exactly identical. Is this the quarterback they had, or did they sign him recently? No, he should be starting. Did Herbert have a good year? I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna allow them to make the decisions. No more McConkey. What was Genty? 88 overall. Wow, he actually should not have been bad last season then. Tuipulotu is an 85 overall X Factor, but he's obviously continuing to regress as well. And, we go on for another season. Coburn, was he 30, right? He's 30. 31. Okay, I thought that was the year we looked, already counted or not. But still holding out of the upgrade, not able to use it until he regresses, I think. I'm not even sure. It might just be bugged out at this point. Back to missing the playoffs could be Herbert's final season physically, not even just on this team. But yeah, I mean, how can you bench that? How do you bench that? You can't. So obviously I'm glad we started him, even if the team didn't really do much with it anyways. 7 sacks for Coburn, which is pretty good considering that's like number 2 on the team. 85 overall X Factor. Tuipulotu only put up 4.5. So it's a tough one. Also, where's the DT2? We have no DT2 at this rate. But Coburn, he's been consistent. It's not bad. 50 sacks, it seems like he's on par for. Actually, probably past that by now. In a career as Mr. Irrelevant is not bad. That is Mr. Very Relevant. I'm telling you, am I missing something? Are these actually, the physical same drafts and it's glitching out? I kind of just, look at the position group, the overalls, I kind of glance at it, but is this not the same exact draft? Is it glitching out? We've had this happen in the past where it kind of, shows you the wrong thing. I want to take a look at his left tackle. Zimmerman. Yeah. It's like the game is trying to test me. How much is this guy paying attention? Apparently not enough. But I don't even know who the hell the team drafted at this rate, because it showed me some players that they were already drafted months ago. So I guess let's see. So these fellas, these guys right here, some wide receivers, some running backs. I can't believe the game can't even get that right. Can't even get my sim draft correct. Oh my, I'm surprised they even give you players. I'm surprised they didn't just say, well, you already have that, or duplicate them or something. All right, here's the team. Stucky's the new quarterback. Herbert retired. He's gone. See you later. The actor playing tight end, 31 years old, looking really good still. I mean, can't hate on him. Really good route running. Catching's good. Still fast. Alt's still here. The right guard's solid. DT, number 1, Coburn, 89 overall. Definitely regressing. Leonard looking really good as a left end. But 32 years old now. Still pretty much maxed. Used that upgrade point. Seemingly didn't really get him too far. 10-7. Back in the playoffs. The quarterback Stucky. Not a great year, but got him back in the postseason. Let's take a look at Coburn. Come on, I want to see double digits. He's half a sack off. There's no freaking way. Also, a dude that's 19 sacks was actually a left outside linebacker, which is crazy, but I guess he found his way as a starting edge. Coburn, 9.5. Really sucks that it wasn't enough to get double digit. I just want 1 double-digit season, dude. Is it too much to ask for? Is he at least in the top 10? He's not. I'm sick. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to my core. Let's win a damn Super Bowl, okay? The Chiefs are back for some reason. Could you not? Is Mahomes not retired? Hey, it don't matter. We win. 91 overall, though. The team's actually still really good. And then they get cooked by the Browns, so it doesn't even matter. Negative 21 mil on the team, and it's still just glitched out, so let's just ignore it. I mean, it's almost the end of this thing anyway, so we're just going to look at the roster, don't really care about the rookies, and just see, starter to starter, what's going on. The team is in shambles. They have a 64 overall quarterback starting. He's a rookie, I guess, but yeah, it's not great. Coburn, he's an 86 overall. We are going to take a look at the stats and all that at the end of the season because 34, they sometimes do retire. 35 is almost guaranteed, but 34, you see it every once in a while, so you got to be careful. 6-11, the team is broke. I can see why they didn't pay the damn quarterback. Coburn, kind of his last legs here. Decent overall with where the hell is he? 9.5 sack season again. Not quite going to be getting that double digits, it doesn't seem, but let's take a look at the numbers. Quarterback was negative. It's so hard to go negative touchdown to pick ratio in general in the NFL now, but also in Madden specifically. 66.5 sacks for Coburn. He had some deflections in there, 141 tackles for loss. Once again, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad, right? I mean, we got a guy that just had 20 sacks last year, and he's 12 years in the league now, and he has less sacks. And he's an edge rusher. So, say what you will. Of course, Coburn, I mean, there's really no point in checking, but maybe he got a Pro Bowl when we weren't looking. He kind of snuck one in there, but he didn't. He might have, could have, but didn't. You may be wondering why the background is all red now. It's because we are on the Arizona Cardinals because Coburn has joined them. I mean, you signed him. You probably signed him as a backup, but you signed him, which means you have to live with the consequences of starting a 55-speed defensive tackle, and he's not nose tackle size, so you decide what the hell you're going to do with him. Oh, 9-8. Close. Not quite, but close. Numbers really good on offense. What about Coburn? How did he perform? We see a 7.5 sack. I mean, that's good. 7.5 sacks is pretty good. But yeah, yet again, missed the playoffs. Take a look at the sack numbers in total now. They are all the way at... Can't find them. Okay, I just can't find them. 74 sacks, 150 tackles on the nose. If he would have had one more sack, that would have been a nice little number to end on, right? 150 and 75. Either way, Mr. Relevant, if that's the final numbers he has... That's not bad. That's a memorable career. And I think we have ourselves a little rebel. I think he's still here. I think Coburn has decided not to retire at 35. 36 is like pretty much guaranteed. 35 is usually what it's at, but he's still here at 35. He's really regressed, but still another season it is. So nobody wanted Coburn, so just to keep his career going, I brought him on for this season, but... If he sticks around for one more year, yeah, it's too much. He's already not wanted. Another year after not being wanted, no. We can't do it. Hey, the team's 12-5. He's back on a playoff-bound, potential Super Bowl-bound team. Be really cool to see that one Super Bowl run. Coburn did he even have a single sack? Oh, no. We put him as a starter. He didn't do anything. Yeah, we got to just call it there for him. If he sticks around another year, we're just going to end it there because, once again, he shouldn't even be on this team right now. Nobody wanted him. We forced him onto the roster. He started him, and he just didn't play well. We got the Rams here. Come on, not the Rams, though. There you go. I was about to say, not because the Rams are bad, but just because, the division itself. Then you have the Saints. They win that one. Okay, the Super Bowl. This would be a hell of a finish. Going up against who? Imagine it's the Chargers. It's the Jets. All right. I mean, normally I wouldn't go back in, but let's see it. All right. End of the game. The Jets by 3. Now down by 4. Jets get a field goal, but they're still not winning. Huge drive. They do get a field goal. I mean, this offense has had all the opportunities in the world. It's 14-17, 21-17, 21-24, 28-24, and a touchdown will win it. I think... Meaning Coburn retires a Super Bowl champion. I mean, the guy has played so long. He's Mr. Irrelevant. He's a Super Bowl champion in his final year. I wonder, do you guys think that would be one of the big storylines, or would they not care? A Mr. Irrelevant player who ended up as 70, 80 sack guy nearing the end of his career, like right at the end of it, wins a Super Bowl with the Cardinals. You think that would be a big storyline, or would they not care? Like, when's the last time a Mr. Irrelevant has been good? I think it would be, right? I think it would be. Let's take a look if he actually had any effect in the game itself, though, as he did not in the regular season, I'll tell you that much. And he did have a half. He had, half a sack. He got involved. Will he actually retire, though? That's the question. Like, Purdy's, basically the only good, or one of the only good Mr. Irrelevants. It's like Brock Purdy or Ryan Suckup. Those are the only two guys. And then, of course, this guy that we just drafted. We didn't draft him. We just followed, I should say. Let's get one last look at the sack numbers on his career. Didn't change from last season, but I've already forgot. That's just the way I do things. Forgetting, hell yeah. But 159 tackles for loss, 74 sacks, 721 tackles. As far as the legacy score, probably not going to be that high, but maybe we could find him. If we can at least find him, that'd be kind of cool. And there he is, 5,700 legacy score. I mean, not good when you're below punters, but hey, you know what? He is a Super Bowl champion. He's got almost 75 sacks in a career. That's great. And he's got money. He got that money. And we don't have to worry about forcing to retire or just ending it where it was. He does just straight up retire. Naquan Coburn retires after 15 years in the NFL, 2039 off season. So 15 years in the league, about, what is that? 5 sacks a season? Pretty good, right? Especially since he had a couple of seasons where he just had 0 sacks. But yeah, it's not bad at all. Anyways, you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I do appreciate your continued support on the channel. Follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PKR Plays for non-Madden content, which will probably have Batman one of these days, by Friday at least. Friday at minimum. And yeah, let me know what you want to see next. Do you want to see the other positions of this specific series, or do you want to see some more of those kind of career resims, a career simulation in general for, you know, an upcoming rookie, something like that? Let me know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya. And again, shout out to all the members. Appreciate you guys a ton for being members of the channel. Of course, the 15th, we'll have that exclusive members-only rebuild, which we had the Draft Champions video I recently did, you know, the other day. And yeah, if you're not a member, you're thinking about becoming one, maybe click the join button, and the details shall be in there. Regardless, member or not, appreciate y'all for watching. We'll have a rebuild tomorrow, and see ya.